boop. I think that might be my starter. I think my starter might be when I say boop. This is Arash, San Diego-based photographer, host of Burner Podcast, founder of Justified Hype Creative Collective. I am here in Harbor Island Park right now, and I was just thinking to myself about how completely I understand when like models and movie stars and stuff get like anorexic, deal with like eating disorders and stuff, because like it messes with your head a little bit, like seeing footage of your like video of yourself, because like it's a little different every time and you don't get to control what different people get. So like as a photographer, my job is to figure out what your ideal angles are, what the best lighting on you is, how I make you look like the most attractive. That's literally what I do. And when I am photographed by somebody else, I don't get to control that about myself. So I'm aware of that. It's a real vulnerable position to be in when other people get to control how you look and you don't get to make those decisions. So photos get taken of you from like every angle and like red carpets and stuff, and I would imagine what happens is that you get fixated on certain things about yourself that are sticking out to you. Like at this exact second, I'm looking at my selfie screen thing, and like I'm looking at the angle that this is coming out at. It's like a triangle, like a pear shape. It's not a flattering position. Just happens to be that I'm sitting here on this particular park bench because I wanted that background, and the golden glow light is coming, and I had promised myself that I'm going to do these daily-ish vlogs as much as possible, and that's how I ended up here. And I kind of had this conversation with myself about, all right, it's not a big deal. You're just doing these for 10 minutes a day. Anyway, point is, I can understand how emotionally challenging it can become for someone if they haven't spent as much time as I have, for example, working behind the camera, and if your image is literally like your paycheck, like for me it's not. I can kind of, I think it's like important that I look professional and friendly and healthy, but like I would imagine if somebody wants to hire me, they're not going to not hire me because I don't look good in a photo, because I'm the one taking the photos, so it doesn't matter. But for somebody else who is being hired in order to be in the photo or to be on the video or in the movie on that giant screen, I can understand how that can get into your head. And I can understand how eating disorders and things like that can develop. I get it. It's not an easy position to be. And I've heard a lot of people like dump about how like movie stars and stuff, like they get to have like their personal masseuses and personal chefs and all that. And like, I would argue like, yeah, that's basically your full-time job, is to look good on that giant screen. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting practice as I've made this decision for myself to be out here doing these daily vlogs. Like there's like things I notice, like people walking in the background, and getting comfortable with that. What are some other interesting things that I've picked up? I've kind of like really actually enjoyed the interesting practice of ending up a certain part of town, because I do have it in the back of my head that I want to do this vlog. So like today I ended up here in Harbor Island, which is really nice. Like it's beautiful. Can you see downtown? There's downtown. It's beautiful downtown view. I spent so much time working on San Diego Bay when I used to shoot for the Port of San Diego. So I spent a lot of time like photographing this bay, photographing Harbor Police Department, and photographing this park. This exact area that we're sitting in used to be part of my beat. I spent a lot of time shooting it. So choosing where I land is interesting. I've learned about that comfort zone that's important to get into, about like random people walking by and not being distracted by the sounds of cars going past and things like that. That's kind of a nice nice little extra skill that I do feel myself picking up as I'm doing these. What else have I picked up? The thing I mentioned earlier about really having more compassion for what it's like to be on the other side of the camera. There's a photographer in the United Kingdom whose work I follow named Sean Tucker, and I really appreciate something he had said, and he had put it out there that photographers should make it a point to sit, especially portrait photographers, to sit for portrait photography sessions themselves as the models and the subjects, so that we can have more compassion for what's happening on the other side of the lens. And I get it. Fully agree. I'm feeling that here. There's like bits and pieces of my body that I'm nitpicking. I feel like my arms have like shrunk away during COVID since I haven't been able to go to the gym anymore. It's silly. I do feel better than I ever have. I feel stronger and healthier because I spend more time outdoors, like running and bicycling and stuff. But yeah, it's funny. There's like this superficial healthiness that I had that I liked, that looked better, I think. I thought. Who fucking knows? Either way, let's see. Today I had a pretty great, I feel like I say that almost every day though. I had a great day working. I'm in holding pattern for a couple of photo gigs. It's gotten particularly busy, so there's like some juggling act happening with scheduling, because I have a couple of smaller clients, then I have my agency clients. I'm going out to go shoot in the city of Palmdale next week. I think it's next week. I don't know. I gotta pull up my calendar. There's a bunch of shoots happening. Tomorrow, we're doing a photo shoot, picnic type thing at an area of San Diego that I don't know what it's called. I don't actually know what the name of it. I'm pretty sure it's a park, but I don't know what it's named. It is a location that I have scouted for photo shoots in the past, and I actually had named it Engagement on the Bay. I marked it as a good place to do like engagement photos if I get booked for one of those. And we ended up planning to do this like picnic photo shoot type thing, which if you see this, you're welcome to join. You can message me and I'll send you the directions. But it's going to be a kind of a Burning Man theme type thing. This week I knew that I wanted to do something fashion and art related, and I just wanted to kind of do like an artistic photo shoot that is not like a client or an agent. Like I just want to do it to create and move forward in that particular realm of my expertise. And it happens to be that, you know, Burning Man would have been happening, but it's not. So sort of in tradition of that, I threw it out there to my Burning Man community that I would like to do kind of like a fashion shoot type thing with my burners, with Burning Man clothes. So we're doing that tomorrow. I am really excited about how well I've been able to organize my work so that I can get things done and feel productive and not have to like my daily checklists are getting completed, which is like a wild, awesome feeling. So yeah, it's been a great day. Sunset's coming. I have a splinter in my foot. This is the second one I've had in as many weeks. So I'm gonna go take a bath in Epsom salt, and I hope it comes out. I still don't know what my sign-off is. Boy, it's nice out here. I stayed at that job as long as I did because every day this would be like where I was getting paid to take photos of this. Long story short, of the reason I left was I was ready to go be out on my own and not have to have that rigid schedule, which I've talked about in previous videos and I will continue to talk about in many future ones, I'm sure. But for now, this is where my sign-off would be if I could come up with one. Ciao. See you tomorrow.